तत्सदृशं गगनसदृशं तत्त्वमस्यादिलक्ष्यम् एकं नित्यं विमलमचलं सर्वधी साक्षिभूतं भावातीतं त्रिगुणरहितं सद्गुरुं तं नमामि। ॐ सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः। ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेदविभागिने व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः।
Mukta, by practice of Kundalini Yoga or this Ashtanga Yoga, makes his mind, prana, abide well in the Brahmarandra. Thereby he gets totally absorbed in the Paramananda Swarupa. This was told in 43, verse 43. Same thing is corroborated based on some mantra from Rigveda. Continue. 45.
यस्सत्त्वाकारवृत्तौ प्रतिफलति युवा देहमात्रावृतोऽपि तद्धर्मैर्बाल्यवाद्यादिभिरनुपहत प्राण आविर्बभूव। श्रेयांसाध्यस्तमेतं सुनिपुणमतय सत्यसङ्कल्पभाजः।
श्रेयांसाध्यस्तमेतं सुनिपुणमतय सत्यसङ्कल्पभाजः।
ह्यभ्यासादेवयन्तः परिणतमनसा साकमूर्ध्वं नयन्ति।
ह्यभ्यासादेवयन्तः परिणतमनसा साकमूर्ध्वं नयन्ति।
Yah, with Yah, the Jiva, who is now highly sattvic, to the extent he is almost at par with Hiranyagarbha, described in the 44th verse, second line, as Shukram Brahma. Shukram Brahma. So Hiranyagarbha at par with him. So that Yah, here he is described as Yuva Pranaha. We'll see that. Yah Sattvakara Vrittau Pratifalati. In the Sattvakara Antakarana Vritti, Pratifalati gets reflected. That one, and who is he? Yuva Pranaha. Literally young prana in the sense here, Sattva Gunopannaha Jiva. Sattva Gunopannaha Jiva. Jiva totally endowed with high sattvic guna. So Saprana Avirbhahuva manifested. Means this Jiva has now accomplished such a state who is very highly sattvic, at par with Hiranya Garbha, Avirbabhuva, manifested. He became so, Avirbabhuva. Yes. Now, this jiva, even though he is endowed with the body, he is not afflicted by the features of the bodies. Deha matravritaha api, though circumscribed by the body, physical body. Deha matravritaha api, though circumscribed by physical body. Tat balyavardhyadibhi tad dharmaihi, by the features of the body. What type of features? Balya, childhood, then vardhya, vardhakya, old age. All stages in between are included. So balya, vardhyadi, beginning to end, it is told. By all these status and stages of this body and their features, tad dharmaihi, by the features of that, in childhood totally dependent, in old age independent or dependent? Dependent. You, I was doing like that, I was doing like this, and I heard one pilot. Older days was jumbo is a big thing. How many things have come? So he became old. I was just flying jumbo. Light. Now my condition is like all old things. And the mind refuses to accept the old thing. That's another problem. First accept the old age. Sab theek ho jayega. Yesterday you said, Dr. B.M. said, if I am a monkey, let me accept that I am a monkey. Don't pose as a tiger. Don't pose as a tiger. So, you see, this is very important because mind refuses to accept the diseases or old age, etc. In Mahabharata, was nothing to do with here. In Mahabharata, Dronacharya shot a missile called Narayanastra. See, this missile means first they have to detect what missile it is, and then they have to shoot counteracting missile. Suppose Nagastra, an arrow which spits snakes after snakes, and the opponent has to send Garudastra, and he finishes all the snakes. Varuna, they said, Agniastra, fire missile. The opponent has to use Varunastra, rays, like that. Now, Narayanastra has to be counteracted in a proper manner. And it was aimed at all the 5 Pandavas together. 5 Pandavas together. And Pandavas could not detect what that missile is. And they started counteracting. It was Krishna said, order, get down all of you, and then stand with the folded hand, he said. So all got down except Bhima. He thought, wait, surrender Pridhiva, they said. And he started fighting with them. The entire Narayanastra started hovering around the Bhima to destroy him. And Arjuna climbed on the chariot, knocked down Bhima. Can't you understand when Krishna is telling us like this? Then he came to senses and he also folded his hand. Where is Narayanastra? Gayab. It has to be counteracted. It should not be counteracted. You should, with a supplicant attitude, you have to stand with the folded hand. It can't do anything. Krishna only knew it. Like that, when old age comes, first accept it. first accept it. Don't go on reacting. You, this happened, that happened. I was doing like this, is it? Now I can't move, I can't do this. A body will have. Somebody said, 2 years back I had fracture. You having fracture? I said, Avatara can have fracture. Where is me? Where is me? Avatara can have fracture. Where is me? I said. So like that, first accept it. So meaning that, if it is possible to take remedial measures, certainly take to them. But don't refuse to accept. You will be creating more problems for you. ठीक है. Here, बाल्यवार्यादिभिः तद्धर्मैः अनुपहतः, that is not afflicted. So not afflicted by that, all these features means body dharmas, the features of the body cannot make him sorrowful. Anupataha san, then Shreyan Sadhya, he is now eligible to gain the highest Paramananda. Shreyan means Kalyana Rupa, the Mangala Rupa, the highest Paramananda Sarupa. Sadhya means sadhaitum, prapayitum, yogya. Shreyan is uttamam gatim. What is uttama gati here? Not in terms of heavens, in terms of direct cognition of Paramananda Sarupa. So sadhya, he is now eligible to gain that sadhya. Then etam, this etam means this mukhya prana rupa jivam, the one who has seen as yuva prana, one who has got high intensity of sattva antakarana. So etam sunipuna matayaha. Etam sunipuna matayaha. Sunipuna matayaha means kushala buddhayaha. And highly prepared intellect. And what type of intellect it is? Satya Sankalpa Bhajaha. Sankalpa here in terms of contemplation, meditation on Satya Sarupa Brahma. The mind or the intellect which is totally taken to the meditation or contemplation, nididhyasana at a very high level. So Satya Sankalpa Bhajaha, so that is, which has got such disposition. So what does it do? He indeed, Shastra Prasiddhi, it is well known in the scriptures, Abhyasa, by repeated practice. What is that practice? It was described in the verse 43. Abhyasa. Devayantaha. Devayanta means Devatvam Praptum Ichchantaha. Devatvam Praptum Ichchantaha means making him take to the Devatva. Here Devatva is not deity, Deva here is Atma, Brahma only. So making him eligible to gain, absorbed in the Sarupa mind, that is the Atma Sarupa, Brahma Sarupa. Parinata Manasa is contemplation, meditation by Parinata Manasa, Viveka Yuktena Manasa, by mind which is totally endowed with Atma and Atma Viveka, absorbed in the Atma Sarupa, Sakam Saha, together, Urdhvam Nayanti, Urdhvam here, Brahmarandram Nayanti. Brahmarandram Nayanti means makes the mind and the prana abide in Sahasrara at Brahma Randra through Sushumna Nadi. Means the author corroborates what he has told in 43 is declared by Rigveda also. With this, Jivan Mukti description in 43 to 45 is over. Jivan Mukti is liberation with the presence of the body. Liberation with the presence of the body. Now comes Videha Mukti. 46, Videha Mukti. Bodiless liberation. Prarabdha is over, Prarabdha karma is over, and no more transmigration. All that remains is one Swarupa is the Videha Mukti 46. So otherwise it is also called as Atyantika. Here it was described as Atyantiki Mukti, or some call it as Nirvana Mukti. Nirvana Mukti. Read.
प्रायो कामोस्तकामो निरतिशय सुखायात्मकामस्तदासौ तत्प्राप्तावाप्तकामस्थितचरमदशस्तस्य देहावसाने प्राणानैवोक्रमन्ति क्रमविरतिमिता स्वस्वहेतौ तदानीम् कायं जीवो विलीनो लवणमिव जले खण्ड आत्मैव पश्चात् प्रायो कामोस्तकामो निरतिशय सुखायात्मकामस्तदासौ तत्प्राप्तावाप्तकामस्थितचरमदशस्तस्य देहावसाने प्राणानैवोक्रमन्ति क्रमविरतिमिता स्वस्वहेतौ तदानीम् क्वायं जीवो विलीनो लवणमिव जले खण्ड आत्मैव पश्चात् अन्वय फर्स्ट ऐड प्राक् निरूपितः जीवन मुक्तः पुरुषः. This must to be added. प्राक् निरूपितः जीवन मुक्तः पुरुषः. प्रायः from the verse. प्रायः अकामः अकामः अस्तकामः अकामः अस्तकामः. ऐड परंतु निरतिशय सुखाय आत्मकामः असौ तदा तत्प्राप्तौ आप्तकामः स्थितचरमदशः तस्य देहावसाने प्राणाः न एव उत्क्रमन्ति न एव उत्क्रमन्ति ऐड किंतु स्व स्व हेतौ क्रमविरतिम् इताः तदानीम् अयं जीवः क्व एड अस्ति फर्दर एड न एव अस्ति जले लवणम् इव एड तदा जीवभावः विलीनः एड भवति तदा जीवभावः विलीनः एड भवति पश्चात् अखंड आत्मा एव एड तिष्ठति
प्राक् निरूपितः जीवन्मुक्तः पुरुषः. The person, the jiva, who was described earlier as Jivan Mukta, liberated even while wielding the body. Means one was earlier as Jivan Mukta. Here in this context, one aspect we should know. A jnani, to become Jivan Mukta, has to take to certain sadhanas like Manonasha and Vasanakshaya. Now, all may not be able to accomplish this. Jivan Mukta is not afflicted by sorrows, etc., that are on account of prarabdha karma. But who has got the Atma Jnana, Brahma Jnana, but Nishtha, that firm abidance in that is not there, Jivan Mukti is not there, he will be subjected to sorrows, etc. of life till the prarabdha gets over. But once the prarabdha is over, he gets Videha Mukti. Only because he has not got Jivan Mukti doesn't mean that his Videha Mukti is stalled. No, he gets. But until the prarabdha gets over, he has to undergo all these sukha dukkha, etc. Here a case was taken of a person who was earlier Jivan Mukta, now he is becoming Videha Mukta. That is being described. So that's why Prak Nirupitaha Jivan Muktaha Purushaha. The Jivan Mukta Purusha who was just now described in these 3 verses, 43 to 45. So what Purushaha says, Prayaha Bahullena, in abundance. Prayaha Bahullena means in abundance. Akamaha eva tishtati. He is totally free from desires. Akamaha eva tishtati. Why so? Yataha Yasmat, because he is astakamaha. Astakamaha. Astakamaha means he is all desires have disappeared from his mind. Why? A person whose mind is Atmakara, it is a replica of Atma Sarupa, it just reveals Ananda Sarupa. As a result, there is no desire for anything whatsoever. So therefore, Astakama. So this person is Astakama. We are what Kama? Come on, tell me. No, you have to give a corresponding word like Astakama. Uditakama. Uditakama. Uditakama desires go on bubbling one after the other like effervescence. Uditakama. Astakama. Udayasta. So one in whom no desires crop up because mind is Atmakara, Atma Sarupa, is replica of Atma, no vikshepa, no desires, nothing is wanted. So for Purnaha, so therefore is what? Astakamaha. But Parantu Niratishe Sukhaya, to gain the limitless happiness. Do you know what Kama he has got? Atma Kamaha. He wants to totally discover his Swarupa, that is Atma Kamaha. Asau Tada, when by this effort he has become Jivan Mukta, and that is he has got his mind absorbed in the Swarupa, Asau Tada, then Tat Praptau. Tat Praptau, Tat for Brahma. Brahma Praptau, when Brahma is gained, he becomes what? Apta Kama. A person who has fulfilled all desires, because in Paramananda Sarupa, in Brahmananda Sarupa, there can never be any happiness higher than that. So that is all desires are as good as fulfilled. So Atma, see, Akama, Astakama, Atmakama, Aptakama. One after the other. And that how Akama Prayaha means profusely, in abundance. Why Akama? Because of Atmakara Vritti. Therefore, all desires are gone. So, only one desire is there, to be in Atma Sarupa. And when he has got it in terms of the Jiva Brahma Aikya, so he is Atma Kama, Apta Kama, all desires are fulfilled. And therefore, now, Prarabdha is over. Sthita Charama Dashaha. The body is now ending, on the verge of ending. Sthita. Sthita means prapta. 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 Charama dashaha. Charama. Last dasha. Beyond which there is no accomplishment whatsoever. That is Videha Mukti, Atyantiki Mukti, nothing but Brahma and Brahma alone. Brahma and Brahma alone. So therefore, Charama Dashaha, so he has reached that Tasya Dehavasani, when his body ends, he leaves the body, Dehavasani, Avasana means end. When the body ends, Pranaha na eva utkramanti. His pranas stands for Sukshma Sharira, including prana, sense organs, organs of action, and all those things. So samskaras and all that. He has no more such samskara. So pranaha na eva utkramanti. Utkramana is taking to rebirth, transmigration. So he does not transmigrate. There is no more birth for him. Kintu, whereas he doesn't transmigrate, whereas swaswahetau is pranas. Pranas means suksha sharira. So containing jnanendriyas, karmendriyas, the pancha pranas, mana buddhi, ahankara, chitta, all these faculties. So containing was there. So what happens? Each of them swa-swa-hetau in their respective causes, hetau krama viratim itaha. Kramena viratim, krama viratim. Virati is vinasha. Virati is vinasha. Destruction. Kramena, one after the other. Viratim itaha praptaha means they get destroyed one after the other. Where? Swa-swa-hetau in their respective causes. Tadanim, for which? For that aptakama, we can see Gita statements. Yallavdvacha param labham manyatenadikam tataha. Having gained which, one doesn't consider any higher gain is there at all. It is the highest gain. Any gain, what for you want? Any gain, what for you want? Happiness, one. Other thing? Freedom from sorrow. Is there any other gain? Other thing? Anything but Sukha prapti, dukkha nivritti. In Brahmananda, Paramananda, what is that? Nothing but Ananda, no trace of sorrow. No trace of sorrow, not temporary cessation. Sorrow is not possible. Even if you want a little bit of it, like a chutney, so it is not possible. Why? Having discovered Brahma, so what I am, nothing but Brahma and Brahma alone. In me, Brahma, is there anything from Prapancha, Antakarana, Deha, etc.? What are the sources of sorrows? They are not there. They are falsely projected. So therefore, there is no trace of sorrow. Chara, that is why I say Charamadasha, highest state. So that's also how Tadanim, at that time the question is Krama viratim itaha, Kramena viratim nasham praptaha. Now the question is, where is the Jiva? Who was doing all this thing? Who was doing? Jiva. Now where is it now? You say, Tadanim, Ayam Jivaha. This Jiva here in the sense, Jiva Dasha, Jiva Bhavaha. The status of being a samsari Jiva. Jiva Dasha or Jiva Bhavaha. So Jivaha, Ayam Jivaha. Where is he? Naeva asti. Not at all there. In Vivek Chudamani at one place, the interesting is this thing, demonstrated. This person and this one, where is this samsara? Samsara Sagara. Just now it was there. No. Just samsara Sagara. Just now it was there. And where is it gone? Not a drop also. So like that. So, where is the Jiva status? Naiva eva asti. Ramakrishna Paramahamsa used to give an example. A salt doll wanted to measure the depth of the ocean. No? And what did he do? Jumped with that. What happened? No doll. All that is only ocean only. So therefore, naiva eva asti, nasti. For which, here is also, the illustration is given. Jale lavanam iva. Just as salt put in water. Tada jiva bhava. In this videha mukti, atyantiki mukti, the status of being jiva, tada jiva bhava, see, lavanam iva, vilinaha bhavati, becomes extinct, no more there at all. It becomes extinct, no more there at all. It was a false projection that I am a jiva, discovering myself in Parabrahma. There is no such false notion at all. Vilinaha bhavati. Paschat, thereafter, akhandaha atma eva tishtati. All that remains is akhanda atma, uninterrupted Chaitanya Tattva and Chaitanya Tattva only. Even that word Atma is used by courtesy. Because we can't use it. You can't, what is there is only what the true Swarupa. Even true Swarupa also is not a correct word. But any word you use, it is not applicable to that. If you say Atma, is a relative word with respect to Anatma. And there Anatma is not there. If you say Brahma, Brahma is a word relative to Alpa. Little. There is nothing little there. So therefore, you are what you are. That's all. I am what I am. Even I and you word will not apply there, but we have to verbalize it. Atma eva. Only Atma and Atma alone, to the total exclusion of Anatma, the Drishya Prapancha. As Akhandaha Atma eva tishtati. So how lavanam jale eva. Just as the salt put in the water gets dissolved, there is no trace of it found to see. So that way it happens. Now this illustration of Lavana Drishtanta is further explained.
Pindi bhutam yadantar jalanidhi salilam yati tat saindhavakyam.
Pindi bhutam yadantar jalanidhi salilam yati tat saindhavakyam.
Bhuya prakshiptamasmin vilayam upagatam nama rupe jahati.
Bhuya prakshiptamasmin vilayamupagatam nama rupe jahati.
Pradhyastadvat paratmanyata bhajati layam tasya cheto himaushau.
Pradhyastadvat paratmanyata bhajati layam tasya cheto himaushau.
Vagavnau chakshurarke payasi punarasu vetasi dikshu karnau.
Vagavnau chakshurarke payasi punarasu vetasi dikshu karnau.
Pindi bhutam yadantar jalanidhi salilam yati tat saindhavakyam.
Pindi bhutam yadantar jalanidhi salilam याति तत्सैन्धवाक्यम्
भूय प्रक्षिप्तमस्मिन् विलयमुपगतं नामरूपे जहाति
भूयः प्रक्षिप्तमस्मिन् विलयमुपगतं नामरूपे जहाति
प्राज्ञस्तद्वत्परात्मन्यथ भजति लयं तस्य चेतो हिमांशौ
प्राज्ञस्तद्वत्परात्मन्यथ भजति लयं तस्य चेतो हिमांशो
वागग्नौ चक्षुरर्के पयसि पुनरश्रुक्रेतसि दिक्षु कर्णौ
वागग्नौ चक्षुरर्के पयसि पुनरश्रुक्रेतसि दिक्षु कर्णौ
अन्वय यद यद जलनिधि सलिलम अंतः अंतः एड गतक्षारम पिंडीभूतम तत् सैन्धवाक्यम याति तत् सैन्धवाक्यम याति अस्मिन् भूयः प्रक्षिप्तं विलयम् उपगतं नामरूपे जहाति तद्वत् प्राज्ञः परात्मनि लयं भजति अथ तस्य चेतः इमांशौ वाक् अग्नौ चक्षुः अर्के वाक् अग्नौ चक्षुः अर्के पुनः अश्रुक रेतसी पयसी कर्णौ पयसी पुनः अश्रुक रेतसी पयसी कर्णौ दिक्षु एड लयं भजन्ति
यत् जलनिधि सलिलम salila water, jalanidhi ocean, whatever in the ocean, antaha in it, within, gataksharam, which is saline in nature, that means the salt that abides in the water of the ocean. Pindi bhutam, antaha, yes, pindi bhutam, which has become now solid, which has become a lump of salt. Pindi bhutam. Earlier it was totally dissolved in the water, oceanic water. Now it has been made, or it has become the lump of salt. It has got solidified. Pindi bhutam. Tat saindhavakyam. Akhya nama, name. It is called saindhava. Saindhava. Saindhavakyam. Akhyam. Akhyam yati. Yati means gets. It gets the name Saindhava salt. Get the name Saindhava salt. Yati. Now, reverse. Asmin bhuyaha prakshiptam. Asmin jalanidhau, abdhau, in the water or in the ocean or this, when this sword, Saindava, is thrown back in the water of Abdav or the ocean, Prakshiptam, Vilayam Upagatam, literally, which is destroyed in the sense being dissolved, Nama Rupe Jahati. It gives up names and forms. It gives up names and forms. Means you can't say this is a lump of salt, etc. But it is verily there. Tadvat, in the same manner, Pradnyaha. Pradnya can be Jnani, but here in this context, Jivan Muktaha, not simply Jivan Muktaha, Jivan Mukta whose Prarabdha is now over, one whose body is now given up. So, Jadvat, Tadvat, Pradnyaha. In the case of a Jivan Mukta, whose Prarabdha karma is over and his body has ended, physical body has ended, Atmani Layam Bhajati. So he becomes extinct where? In Atma Sarupa. It is just elsewhere it is given. Jale Jalam. You pour water in the water, what happens there? You pour milk in the milk. Milk goes. Both Atma Sarupa, due to ignorance, got the wrong notion that I am separate. That wrong notion went, what remains is Atma Sarupa. So, Layam Bhajati. Atha, then what happens to the embodiment? He had physical body, he had subtle body. What happened to them? And Chandogya says, Ihaiva viliyante prana vimuktascha vimuchyate. His prana, Suksharira, gets disintegrated right now here at the time of death. In other case, what happens? Ignorant person's case, transmigration. River takes the next embodiment. Here nothing there. This locus of the jiva in terms of Suksharira gets totally disintegrated. Like on a hot pan, you drop one drop of water. What happens? Just gets evaporated. Like that. There is no locus now. Then is a one by one krami. Krama Virati was told in 46. Kramena Virati Nasham Prapti. Itaha praptaha, that is how he says, chetaha tasya vijatasya jivan mukta, who is now videha mukta, that this prarabdha is over, body has dropped out, and his antakarana, chetaha, his mind, cheta here is mind, himaushau. That means it merges where? In Himaushu. Himaushu is Chandra, in the moon, because moon is the presiding deity of the mind. Moon is the predominant. Vak Agnav, his organ of speech merges in its presiding deity, Agni, fire. Chakshuhu Arke, eyes, faculty of seeing, merges in its counterpart, that is Surya. Punaha Asrak Retasi Payasi. See, Retasi, it is not Rasva, Dirgha, nominative dual. This Retasi gives an impression locative. In Retas, no. Asrut Retasi. Asrut is blood And Retas is Virya, semen. Where they go, Payasi Eki Bhavanti, in the water. That is the Jala Devata, so there is our water. Dikshu, Karnao Dikshu Layam Bhajanti. Ears, faculty of hearing, merges in the Dik, that is the quarters which are its presiding deities. Bhajanti means all constituents of the Suksharira merge in their individual causes one after the other. No more locus of Suksharira to take future embodiment. So that is what is called Videha Mukti. Should we get it or not? Very difficult. What is easy? What is easy? Earning money is easy? This person is a Suryavamshi. Sunday he gets at 10:30. And every day what? 6 o'clock he is out from the home. Only to return 12:30 in the night. You see? He stays at Surat. Comes or Pune, and catches Deccan Queen. They are flying Rani. From Surat flying Rani here for Deccan Queen. And night he reaches. By the time he reaches, children have gone to sleep. On Sunday he says, "This is your father." Has to be told to the children, "This is your father." So like that. Easy? Earning money is easy? So no. So therefore, higher the gain, more efforts are necessary. So that means we have to gain this knowledge. Now we have to find this Atma Swarupa. He says, look, it is everywhere, you cannot miss it. You cannot miss it. So that is like, right below your nose. Right below your nose, Atma is there, Brahma is there, and we search all over the world. So that is how 48th verse shows us Jagataha Atma Sambandhena Eva Chalanam. Jagataha Atma Sambandhena Eva Chalanam. In the sense, at least are you aware this world, Jagat, is what? Running in terms of activities, etc. Perception, etc. Do you perceive the world? Do you see the world, so many activities? Can you miss it every time? That because of which all this take place is Atma Brahma. Can you miss it? That is what. Read. Shira 48.
Shirantaryadvadacham madhurimaviditam tatpruthakbhutamasmad.
Shirantaryadvadacham madhurimaviditam tatpruthakbhutamasmad.
Bhuteshu brahma tadvad vyavaruti viditam shranta vishranti bijam.
Bhuteshu brahma tadvad vyavaruti viditam shranta vishranti bijam.
Yam labdva labhamanyam trunamiva manute yatra no deti dhiti.
यं लब्ध्वा लाभमन्यं तृणमिव मनुते यत्र नोदेति भीतिः
सान्द्रानन्दं यदन्तः स्फुरति तदमृतं विद्यतो ह्यन्यदार्थम्
सान्द्रानन्दं यदन्तः स्फुरति तदमृतं विद्यतो
क्षीरान्तर्यद्वदाज्यं मधुरिमविदितं तत्पृथग्भूतमस्मात्
क्षीरान्तर्यद्वदाज्यं मधुरिमविदितं तत्पृथग्भूतमस्मात्
भूतेषु ब्रह्म तद्वद्व्यवहृतिविदितं श्रान्तविश्रान्तिबीजम्
भूतेषु ब्रह्म तद्वद्व्यवहृतिविदितं शान्तविश्रान्तिबीजम्
यं लब्ध्वा लाभमन्यं तृणमिव मनुते यत्र नोदेति भीतिः
यं लब्ध्वा लाभमन्यं तृणमिव मनुते यत्र नोदेति भीतिः
सान्द्रानन्दं यदन्तः स्फुरति तदमृतं विद्यतो ह्यन्यदार्थम्
सान्द्रानन्दं यदन्तः स्फुरति तदमृतं विद्यतो ह्यन्यदार्थम्
अन्वय यद्वद् क्षीरान्तः यद्वद् क्षीरान्तः एड यत् आजम एड अस्ति further add tat मधुरम अविदितम
मधुरिमा विदितम
तत् एड च मधुरिमा विदितम तत् एड च अस्मात् पृथक् भूतम तद्वद् भूतेषु ब्रह्म एड अस्ति इति व्यवहृति विदितम एड नाउ तच्च भूतापेक्षया भिन्नम दिस मस्ट टू बी एडेड तच्च भूतापेक्षया भिन्नम further add यतः श्रांत विश्रांति बीजम add यतः यम लब्ध्वा add प्राणी अन्यम लाभम तृणम इव मनुते यत्र भीतिः न उदेति एड यतः सुषुप्तौ अन्तः यत् सान्द्रानन्दं स्फुरति तद् अमृतं विद्धि अतः अन्यद् हि आर्तम्
should see.
स्वस्ति प्रजाभ्यः परिपालयन्तां न्यायेन मार्गेण महीं महिषाः गोब्राह्मणेभ्यः शुभमस्तु नित्यं लोकाः समस्ताः सुखिनो भवन्तु काले वर्षतु पर्जन्यः पृथिवी सस्यशालिनी देशोऽयं शोभरहितः ब्राह्मणाः सन्तु निर्भयाः ॐ सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः सर्वे सन्तु निरामयाः सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत् असतो मा सद्गमय तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमय मृत्योर्मा अमृतं गमय ॐ पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः हरि ओम श्री गुरुभ्यो